16 on a dead man's porch with a half-paid wage, gas needle buried in red, storm in the mirror, dirt on her name. Now she's watching a man half dead. He said, don't move nothing, don't ask why. She said, I won't stay long, sir. Two lives backed into the same dead end, neither one looking for another. They don't say what they're afraid of, they don't ask what they lost. They just sit in the long quiet like it's easier than the truth would cost. It was never supposed to turn out this way. Two last chances at the same red light. No signal come before the fall, before it turns on you at night. She was running, he was done. Both said the ride was over, but the door moved when no one touched it. Yeah, better late than never shows up when hope falls lower. His hand still shakes when he pours a cup, leaves a river on the wood. He jokes about getting old too fast, like jokes can't bleed like they should. She hears his name in a checkout line, that old house on the hill. She nods once and the room goes still, like the air just lost its will. One hot night his memory breaks, says, girl, I was young there once. She sees a life he never finished, in the way his breath gets lost. There are questions that wait their whole life for a mouth brave enough to speak. There are truths that show up quite right when you think you're too weak. It was never supposed to turn out this way. Two last chances at the same red light. No signal come before the fall, before it turns on you at night. She was running, he was done. Both said the ride was over, but the door moved when no one touched it. Yeah, better late than never shows up when hope falls lower. Through courthouse dust and some bleached ink, through names time tried to drown, she finds the truth in a folded page, still breathing in that town. What he lost in another life stood standing in his room. The past didn't knock, it crossed the floor and changed who he was too. It was never supposed to turn out this way, but mercy don't follow plans. The best laid plans don't stand a chance against the past that knows your name. She was searching, he was spared by truth neither one saw coming. You can miss your whole life chasing a sign and see it clear when the running is done and the light comes on. Yeah, better late than never comes when hope is gone. The yard light hums on the same old wire where he once stood alone. She sets her bag by the front door now, like it's the first place she's known. A dandelion lifts from the gravel slow on an August wind back home. Sometimes the leaving brings you home again.
Gonna break it down. Down to the core. You know it.
14 years on a crackback road, brown bag bottle and a heart half closed. Through that glass at a crooked moon, saw my future break a little too soon. Didn't know it then, but something in me learned. If you're scared of getting cut, you'll swing before you'll burn. I break the world when it leans too hard on me. I break the world before it ever breaks me. If something's gonna shatter, let it fall, let it bleed. I break the world before it ever breaks me. His wedding ring flashed in a motel room built for secrets. Mama's cry hit harder than I wanna repeat this. Their love fell fast on a cheap wood floor, and I watched their record settle in my core. Realized his mistakes were slowly turning into mine, sticking like the truth I kept trying to leave behind. I break the world when it leans too hard on me. I break the world before it ever breaks me. If something's gonna shatter, let it fall, let it bleed. I break the world before it ever breaks me. Some nights the past pulls harder than the wheel, makes you choose between the hurt and what you feel. But I'm tired of running from the wreck I've been, so tonight I'm breaking out, not breaking in. There's a woman at home with a porch light glow, believing in a man she's still hoping I'll show. And there's a fire in me that keeps dragging me down. I'm done letting my past be the one calling the rounds. Maybe breaking the world was never saving me at all. Maybe this time I let something stand tall. I break the world when it leans too hard on me. I break the world before it ever breaks me. If something's gonna shatter, let it fall, let it bleed. I break the world, but tonight it won't be me. Break the world, break the world, break the world before it breaks me. Break the world, break the world, break the world before it breaks me. Busted neon at Miller's bar hums low against the rain. He slips inside the doorway like he's walking through his pain. He scans the empty parking lot like her headlights might appear, but it's only strangers coming in and none of them come near. He settles at his bar stool with a slow, familiar breath, where the shadows blur the edges of the things he can't forget. The bartender pours his whiskey, leaves it gently by his hand. Same drink, same time, same silence, he no longer understands. They say his wife fell sick one winter when the cold came early on. He never made it home in time, she faced that night alone. Now he keeps his world to sidewalks just a few short steps from here, where her shape comes through the amber at the bottom of his beard. That amber in his glass becomes a window where she's laughing in the light. Every swallow brings her closer, every heartbeat feels less tight. He's a man still reaching backward to a love already gone, through an amber window where her ghost keeps holding on. On loading docks carve their story in his spine. The loads he couldn't carry still pressed down over time. He keeps a faded photograph tucked inside his coat each night, her spinning round in a cotton dress mid-laugh beneath the light. He folds it up with trembling hands and whispers, "I'm still yours," as the neon hums around him like a prayer behind closed doors. Last night Miller wiped the counter, said we're closing down in June. And the old man felt the floor shift like he'd just been cut in two. For the bar's the last small doorway where her shadow still feels warm. He whispered, "Guess I lose her when the amber loses form." That amber in his glass becomes a window where she calls him from the light. Every night he steps in closer till she's almost in his sight. He's a man who walks the distance between holding on and gone, through an amber window where her memory feels strong. He lifts one last small promise to the woman in the glow, and stays until the neon fades to nothing, soft and slow. Lightning crawls across the water like it's writing out your name. Your eyes cut through the heavy dark and nothing feels the same. The wind kicks up, the shoreline trembles, but neither one of us moves. The whole night holds its breath for us like it already knows the truth. Maybe storms don't warn you, maybe hearts don't choose, but something wild found shelter the moment I found you. When the weather turns to us and the sky begins to break, let the world come down around us. We've got nothing left to say. Let your guard fall into my heartbeat. Let it all roll through the dust. When the weather turns to us, yeah, the weather turns to us. There's a road half drowned behind us, and a river we can't outrun. like the storm came looking for us. Your hair moves like a signal fire. Your touch settles every doubt, and the fear that tried to chase us found its own way out. Maybe storms don't break us, maybe fear ain't true. Everything keeps getting clearer every time I'm close to you. When the weather turns to us and the sky begins to break, let the world come down around us. We've got nothing left to say. Let your guard fall into my heartbeat. Let it all roll through the dust. When the weather turns to us, yeah, the weather turns to us. I spent my whole life running from the thunder, keeping one foot out the door. Now your hand pulls me into the downpour, and I don't wanna run no more. If this love is a kind of danger, let it take what it wants from me. If the storm is where we found us, then the storm is where I'll be. When the weather turns to us and the sky begins to break, let the world come down around us. We got nothing left to say. Let your guard fall into my heartbeat. Let it all roll through the dust. When the weather turns to us, yeah, the weather turns to us. When the weather turns to us, that's when I finally trust. Night drops slow with a steel cold grin, empty gauge blinking as the past moves in. Gravel kicks up where the truth runs thin, and I feel that old mistake calling me again. Old bridge moans as the tires bite down, rain on the hood like a static crown. Thought I'd face the wreck I left back home, till the wind blew through and said you're not alone. There's thunder in my rear view, rolling up a truth I tried to lose. Lightning on the edge cuts the night in two. I can't stop the storm, but I can drive straight through. There's thunder in my rear view. High beam flare splits the dark in two. Wind pulls hard like it knows my wounds. Past in my mirror, future in my headlights. Every mile I drive feels like choosing sides. There's thunder in my rear view, rolling up a truth I tried to lose. Lightning on the edge cuts the night in two. I can't stop the storm, but I can drive straight through. Yeah, there's thunder in my rear view. I left a good heart standing in that door. Said I'd be the man she needed, then I wasn't anymore. If storm wants a piece of every lie I'll groove, let it come, I'm finally telling the truth. There's thunder in my rear view, but the sky up ahead's turning a clearer blue. Lightning on the highway showing what's true. I can't stop the storm, but I can drive straight through. Yeah, that thunder's fading in my rear view. Storm behind me, road wide open, I'm gone. Yeah, I'm telling you the truth. That's all. Yeah. All right now. I was born where the blacktop ends, thunder rolling through my name. No halo ever fit this head, just gasoline and flame. I don't beg and I don't bow, I don't pray for the light to stay. I walk where the night allows, let the sinners clear the way. You can lock your doors, you can curse my name, but you can't put out that kind of flame. 'Cause there's fire in my veins, ash in my breath. I dance on the line between life and death. I'm the storm you hear before the rain. Yeah, there's fire, fire in my veins. I never claimed to be your cure, I'm the fever that won't fade. The mirror don't lie no more, it shows the beast I made. Don't preach about your promised land, I've seen the price they pay. I'll take my truth unholy and grand and burn the rest away. You can run from the smoke, but you can't escape, 'cause the fire's gonna rage. 'Cause there's fire in my veins, ash in my breath. I dance on the line between life and death. I'm the storm you hear before the rain. Yeah, there's fire, fire in my veins. I don't need no saving grace, no crown, no cross, no chain. If heaven don't want my face, I'll build my own domain. Lightning hums my lullaby, the wind calls out my name. I ain't the devil, but I see eye to eye, and it burns the same. There's fire in my veins, ash in my breath. I dance on the line between life and death. I'm the storm you feel before the rain. Yeah, there's fire, fire in my veins. Yeah, let the preacher pray. I was born in the smoke, and I'll burn that way.
From the smile you wear like a broken fence, from goodbye kisses that miss my face, from the tremble in your we're okay. I was breathing in what was killing me, calling hunger love in the dark of me. Every song on the radio lies, every mirror dares me to finally try. I don't wanna know it, I don't wanna fake it, I don't want a heart I have to survive. I don't wanna break just to prove I'm human, I don't wanna bleed just to feel alive. I'm done mistaking noise for truth, done wearing chains and borrowed boots. If I'm gonna fall, it won't be slow. I'm finally letting this habit go. You wore your damage like borrowed gold, made every lie sound bulletproof. We look so solid through stained glass hope, but pressure always finds what's loose. I kept quiet to keep my home, built my prison out of your tone. Every promise said just hang on, every scar said you've stayed too long. I don't wanna numb it, I don't wanna fake it, I don't want a heart I have to survive. I don't wanna break just to prove I'm human, I don't wanna bleed just to feel alive. I'm done mistaking noise for truth, done wearing chains and borrowed boots. If I'm gonna fall, it won't be slow. I'm finally letting this habit go. Loneliness don't leave when the room gets loud. You can drown in love in a perfect crowd. You can stay breathing and still be dead. Wake up every day with the same regrets. I don't need saving, I need to choose the life I'm scared of or the life I lose. I don't wanna numb it, I don't wanna fake it, I don't want a heart I have to survive. I don't wanna break just to prove I'm human, I don't wanna bleed just to feel alive. I'm done mistaking noise for truth, done wearing chains and borrowed boots. If I'm gonna fall, it won't be slow. I'm finally letting this habit go. I loved you hard the only way I knew, but I won't die just to stay with you.
Clifford was a friend of mine. We walked that beach one summertime. He met a girl named Elizabeth that day. She smiled beneath the setting sun, said, one last night, then summer's done. And they watched the daylight fade away. And as the colors left the blue, he swore that love could still be true. Summer wind and Elizabeth, the waves rose off the sky at rest. Two young hearts believing love could stay. Her golden hair blew in the breeze. He swore the world was theirs to keep if he could live forever in that day. Hand in hand they crossed the sand. The world was theirs, or so we planned, dreaming of the years they'd find their way. She kissed his cheek and turned to go, said some roads end, you never know. Then the tide came in and washed her tracks away. And when the moon rose over town, he felt the night come sailing down. Summer wind and Elizabeth, the waves rose floats off the sky at rest. Two young hearts believing love could stay. Her golden hair blew in the breeze. He swore the world was theirs to keep if he could live forever in that day. Now when the summer starts to fade, he walks that beach at end of day. Still hears her laughter through in the wind. The sunset burns across the sky. He feels her standing by his side. Then it's gone, like it's always been. He's older now, but when he dreams, he's standing where the sunlight gleams, watching waves erase her name again. He draws her heart into the sand, lets it slip right through his hands, and whispers low, I remember when. Summer wind and Elizabeth, the taste of time he can't forget. Two young hearts that never learn to fade. He keeps that moment deep inside, where summer dreams and truth collide. Still thankful for that sweet was all good day. If he had a perfect wish, it'd be a day just like this. Summer wind and Elizabeth. Ah, yeah. This is where the truth comes in, where it all begins. Somewhere tonight, oh boy, let's go of a shaking hand, two bare feet on cold tile, learning how to stand. And somewhere an old man's whisper meets a prayer that's wearing thin, his daughter holding tightly as he lets the dark walk in. All that hope and leaving under the same white sky. But here with you beside me, this is where it all begins. When someone meets their first light, when someone meets their end. You're the quiet in the madness, the one who I let in. Hold me close and breathe with me. Here's where it all began. Somewhere two young lovers share a spark they can't contain, holding on to one soft moment as the night begins to rain. Someone at a bar pours a drink they shouldn't pour, chasing ghosts through amber glass they can't outrun anymore. And all these laughs keep turning, rising, slipping, mending. But here with you beside me, this is where it all begins. When someone finds their first kiss and someone breaks again. You're the quiet in the madness, the one I finally let in. Lay your head and breathe with me. This is where it all begins. I've carried rooms I never entered,
Shadows whispering my name. You touched the lock I hid behind, and nothing felt the same. Somewhere someone's finding wings they never knew were theirs. Lying here against your heartbeat, I feel a little of that air. 'Cause here with you beside me, this is where it all begins. While someone learns the hard way and someone starts again. You're the quiet in the madness, the one I finally let in. Hold my heart and stay with me. This is where it all begins. Somewhere tonight life's changing, but here love settles in. And whatever the world is losing or finding, this is where the truth comes in. This is where it all begins.
Poured my heart in a coffee cup. Told myself one day I'd sober up. Lost my way on a one-way street, but I'm back on my own 2 feet. All those nights I wasted crying, chasing dreams that kept on dying. But I'm not falling again, no, not this time. I've paid my dues in smoke and wine. I'm done with losing what I found. I'm gonna love you right the second time around. Used to run when the light got low. Now I stay just to see it glow. Tore my pride down brick by brick, built it back with an honest fix. Every lie I told I'm learning, every bridge I burned I'm earning. And I'm not falling again, no, not this time. I've paid my dues in smoke and wine. I'm done with losing what I found. I'm gonna love you right the second time around. My name, the past still whispers, but I don't mind. It taught me how to walk that line. No, I'm not falling again, no, not this time. I've paid my dues in smoke and wine. I'm done with losing what I found. I'm gonna love you right the second time around. Second time around. used to sit on my tailgate, laughing at nothing. Now the quiet sits there in her place. Her boots kick dust across my porch, and somehow that dust still clings to this space. We tore up back roads thinking they never end, young and blind to what we lose. But life moves on without warning. You don't pick the moment it chooses. And I ain't out here chasing ghosts. She just slips in when the night feels close. She's gone, but never silent. I hear her hum in a warm July, in the glow of an old street lamp, in a tune we never got right. She might be gone for good and distant, living a life I'll never see. But the part of me she opened still beats in me. She caught that southbound bus last autumn, one duffel bag and a second-hand plan. Folks called and nothing but trouble, but they never saw a barefoot glass in hand. Spinning slow in my kitchen to a record scratch, warming that cold linoleum floor. She lit a part of me I didn't know I had, and slipped away through my door. And I swear I ain't still waiting, but letting go never lands clean. I still remember late September, she said on my porch swing, eyes on the sky, said the world kept pulling her forward, and she couldn't stay just to wonder why I held her hand but said too little. Thought somehow she already knew. If I'd spoken up that night, maybe she would have stayed till the morning drew. She's gone, and I won't pretend I didn't help her walk away. When this house turns dark and hollow, I hear her in the sway. She might be chasing down new sunrise, far beyond what's left for me. But the way she cracked me open still beats in me. It still beats in me. Love's the king of every heart. Why can't I lay mine down? Been running in circles, falling apart, still trying to stand my ground. What am I made of? What am I scared of? What am I gonna do now? Answer me that. Yeah, answer me that. I keep praying for a sign, but the clouds just roll and rumble by. The thunder keeps calling, but no rain falls on this broken town. I'm tired of falling for the same old let me down. If love's the truth I'm living without, tell me where it's at. Answer me that. Answer me that. If love's the light we all believe, why do we hide the flame? I've heard good hearts and I've been hurt too. I don't know who to blame. Where does it come from? Where does it go? Can I still turn around? Answer me that. Yeah, answer me that. Maybe love's just learning slow, one heartbreak at a time. Maybe mercy's just a road we're all too proud to find. The thunder keeps calling, but no rain falls on this broken town. I'm done with stalling, Lord, I'm ready to lay it down. If love's the truth I'm living without, tell me where it's at. Answer me that. Yeah, answer me that. Yeah, answer me that. Oh, answer me that.